Welcome to Meghan and Harry Tales channel. I am your host, Kelly. Today we weave a tale of royal intrigue and drama, a tale of breaking traditions and forging new paths. We delve into the recent Colombian tour of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, a tour that not only made headlines but also ruffled some royal feathers back at the palace. This isn't just your regular royal tour, no. They've reinvented the game, leaving a lasting impression in their wake. So, if you're a fan of the royals, or if you're just curious about what went down, you're in for a treat. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and show some love to Harry and Meghan. Your support means the world to them and to us. Stay tuned to discover how Harry and Meghan have reinvented the royal tour. The past week has been full of royal drama. A whirlwind of events has surrounded the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's Colombian tour, causing quite a stir within the royal establishments. It's almost as if the British media is on a mission to make this tour the talk of the town, with their ceaseless coverage and sensational headlines. One could argue that the media's relentless focus has transformed the tour into a much bigger deal than it may have otherwise been. The reactions from Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace have been nothing short of intriguing. It's clear that the Colombian trip has rattled the royal cages, so to speak. Buckingham Palace, in a somewhat surprising move, issued talking points about the trip, seemingly encouraging royal reporters to downplay the purpose of the visit. The palace's apparent attempt to control the narrative and criticise the lack of access to the tour has only added fuel to the media fire. Meanwhile, Prince William has been quite vocal in his displeasure, lashing out at reporters. His reactions have been particularly pointed towards those who have written less than flattering pieces about the tour, such as Roya Nicker of The Times and Tom Sykes of the Daily Beast. It's almost as if the royal establishments were more focused on controlling the narrative than supporting the tour. This whole saga raises an interesting question. Would the Colombian tour have received such widespread attention if the royal establishments had maintained a dignified silence? Perhaps the continuous commentary and criticism from the palace have inadvertently magnified the tour's significance, giving rise to what can be considered a Streisand effect by royalists. In the midst of all this, Vanity Fair has taken a different approach. The publication chose not to toe the line of the royalist narratives, instead offering a fresh perspective on the tour, stating that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have reinvented the royal tour. It seems the royal establishments were more focused on controlling the narrative than supporting the tour. Despite the controversy, Harry and Meghan embarked on their Colombian tour. They were determined to make a difference, and their journey was nothing short of inspiring. They visited hospitals, schools, and local businesses, engaging with local communities in an authentic and heartfelt manner. Meghan, with her grace and compassion, touched many hearts. She spent time listening to the stories of the people, empathizing with their struggles and sharing in their hopes. Her genuine interest in their lives was clear to see, and it was evident that she was there not just as a royal, but as a fellow human being. Meanwhile, Harry showed that he was more than just a prince. He was a man of the people, connecting with the public in a way that was both authentic and endearing. He laughed, he listened, and he shared his own experiences, creating a bond with the people that was truly touching. Their engagements were not just about photo opportunities. Each visit was meaningful, each interaction was sincere. They shared meals with locals, danced with community members, and even played games with children. It was clear that they were not there to simply show face, but to truly engage with the people and understand their way of life. The couple also made sure to highlight the beautiful culture of Colombia. They embraced the local traditions, sampled the local cuisine, and even tried their hand at traditional Colombian dances. Their respect and appreciation for the culture was evident, and it was clear that they were not just visitors, but guests. The tour was not without its challenges, but Harry and Meghan handled everything with grace and dignity. They showed that they were not afraid to roll up their sleeves and get involved, whether it was helping with community projects or speaking out on important issues. This tour was a clear demonstration that Harry and Meghan have a different approach to royal duties. They are not just figureheads, but active participants, committed to making a difference. They have shown that being royal is not just about titles and traditions, but about service, empathy, and connection. The palace's reaction to the tour was, to say the least, interesting. You see, the royal establishment appeared to be rattled. Instead of celebrating the Sussexes' innovative approach to the royal tour, the palace seemed determined to downplay and obscure the purpose of the visit. It's fascinating to observe the lengths Buckingham Palace went to, issuing talking points to royal reporters, encouraging them to diminish the significance of the Colombian trip. It's almost as if they were uncomfortable with the positive attention Harry and Meghan were garnering. But why, one might ask? Isn't it a good thing that members of the royal family are making meaningful connections with people around the world? Moreover, the palace's attempts to control the narrative extended to promoting negative media coverage. Prince William, for instance, found himself at odds with reporters, venting his frustrations in a manner unbecoming of his royal stature. This behaviour, rather than undermining Harry and Meghan, only served to cast a shadow over the palace itself. It's worth noting that this is not the first time we've seen the palace react in such a way. It's a pattern of behaviour that has been evident since Harry and Meghan first expressed their desire to step back from senior royal duties. The palace's inability to support their decision to embrace change and innovation has been a recurring theme. One has to wonder what would happen if the palace chose to support Harry and Meghan's endeavours instead of trying to undermine them. What if they celebrated the fresh perspective and diversity that Meghan brings to the royal family? What if they recognised Harry's desire for a more fulfilling life, one where he can make a difference on his own terms? The royal family has a unique platform, one that can be used to effect positive change on a global scale. Harry and Meghan are embracing this opportunity, using their influence to make a difference. It's a shame the palace doesn't seem to recognise this. Perhaps the palace should consider supporting Harry and Meghan's efforts, rather than trying to undermine them. Harry and Meghan have truly reinvented the royal tour. This statement has never been more evident than in the recent Colombian trip that was a breath of fresh air. A departure from the conventional royal tour, it was teeming with authenticity, genuine interactions and a clear purpose. Harry and Meghan, no longer bound by the strict protocols of the royal family, were able to approach their tour in a way that was uniquely their own. They were not just figureheads, but active participants in the projects they visited. Their approach was hands-on, engaging with the locals, truly listening to their stories and showing an interest that went beyond the obligatory. They have brought a new perspective to royal duties, one that highlights the importance of human connection and empathy. Their tour was not just about shaking hands and posing for photos, but about genuinely caring for the people they met and the causes they represented. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, in their own way, have managed to strike a balance between royal tradition and modernity. They have managed to maintain the respect and dignity associated with their titles, while also breaking down barriers and engaging with people on a more personal level. Their approach has not only benefited them, but also the public they interact with. It has brought a sense of relatability and approachability to the royal institution, making it more relevant and accessible to the modern world. This tour was a clear sign that Harry and Meghan are carving out their own path, and doing so successfully. They have shown that they are not afraid to challenge the status quo, to be different, to be themselves. And in doing so, they have not only reinvented the royal tour, but also redefined what it means to be a royal in the 21st century. They have proven that they can be royal and relatable, traditional and modern, all at the same time. Their approach, their authenticity, their genuine care for people is not only refreshing, but also inspiring. The Colombian Tour was a clear testament to this. It was a royal tour, yes, but it was a royal tour reinvented, reimagined and redefined, and for that, Harry and Meghan deserve all the admiration and respect. This tour was a clear sign that Harry and Meghan are carving out their own path and doing so successfully. Thank you for joining us on this journey. It's been a whirlwind of royal drama, Colombian tours and palace reactions. But through it all, Meghan and Harry have shown us how they're reinventing the royal tour. Their audacity to be different has stirred up quite the conversation, hasn't it? If you enjoyed this video, we would be delighted if you could subscribe and share it with others. This not only supports our channel, but also helps keep the conversation going. And what a conversation it is. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Meghan and Harry are reinventing the royal tour? Or are they simply creating a new path for themselves? Whatever your thoughts may be, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Every opinion, every perspective enriches our understanding of this complex narrative. So do share. Thank you. I am your loyal host, Kelly. Until next time.